Okay, problem 1. This is chapter 1.2, I'm sorry. Problem 1. It says identify the family and graph the parent functions. So basically the idea, we're just going to say, hey, this is linear, constant, quadratic, whatever, and we're going to graph it real fast. So this one, they give us the equation. Well, notice we have an x squared. Well, that tells us that it's quadratic. And to briefly sketch, now again, I want you to use a straight edge. You can use the side of your ID, whatever. Alright? I'm going to graph the parent function, or the parent function is y equals x squared. So let's get a table of values. X, y, and let's just use a few. Let's use -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And plug them in. If I plug in 2 for x, right there, -2 squared is 4, -1 squared is 1, 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. So, let's plot our points. -1, -2, +1, +2, +1, 2, 3. And I'll try my best to keep everything to scale and everything. We'll plot our points. -2, 4. It's right there. -1, 1. 0, 0. That's at the origin. 1, 1. 2, 4. And we get a graph that looks, remember, it kind of comes down, curves around. Go back. Sorry, my computer program's being silly. And you get a parabola that looks kind of like that. Okay. Letter B, same idea. We're going to graph we're going to figure out which parent function it is. Now this one, remember, it's two straight lines. It's similar to a parabola, but they're straight. And it looks like a big V. So this one is absolute value. I can make that a little cleaner than that. V-A-L-U-E. All right. And I erased right here. I erased the actual function. So if you want to write it in, or if you want to write it to the side, this one is actually the function f of x equals 2 to the absolute value of x plus 1. Okay, so there's two ways of notating. Hey, look, we've got the absolute value bars, and look, the graph looks like a big V. So let's graph an absolute value. X and y, make a table of values. And we'll use -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Why not? Well, the absolute value of 2, remember this is y, or f of x, I'm sorry, equals the absolute value of x. Remember, an absolute value just takes a number and makes it positive. So if I stick a -2 in for the absolute value of x, right there, it becomes a +2. 1 becomes a +1. 0 is neither negative or positive, so it comes out 0. 1 stays positive, 2 stays positive. Okay, if I plug all of these numbers right here, and take the absolute value of them, they just become or stay positive. Let's plot our points. We got -2, 2. We got -1, 1. We got 0, 0. We got 1, 1. We got 2, 2. And you know what? Have you noticed you got 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5? They kind of go on like that. If you haven't figured that out yet, that's okay. And we make a nice straight line in either direction. All right. Now, one thing I do want you to know for your homework, and that's what it looks like. One thing I do want you to know for your homework is, if it says to graph, I want you to put two things. I need a table of values, and I want a nice, neat graph, as clean as you can make it. Now, again, I cannot use a straight edge on this computer program, but I expect you to do such a thing. You can use your ID, you can use the side of a calculator, you can use anything you want. You can use a ruler, go figure. I will say this, if you use your ID, and you use a pen, which I really hope you're not using a pen, wipe your ID off before you get ink on your shirt. Okay? Anyways, there you go. Stop recording.